Do it to him. Fizzle. It's your boy Shakur back with another video, and I'm just gonna get right into the topic. So a lot of people been asking me, how did you move from your home state to a whole different state? And I would say it took a lot of self-discipline, a lot of self-control, and I used all my resources. And let's just go all the way back to my home state. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and if you're from St. Louis or know anything about St. Louis, it ain't nothing there. It looks like a damn cemetery. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you a little bit on how I saved up money while I was there. I worked at a movie theater, and not only did I work at a movie theater, people be like, oh, it's a just minimum wage job. It was a minimum wage job, but I knew how to save money because I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't spend money on transportation, I didn't spend money on a lot of shopping, none of that stuff. And I used every resource I could to save money. Now, another thing, if you're trying to move to a different state, make sure you take care of everything that you have to take care of, all the debt or anything, child support, whatever you have in your own state. And what I mean by that is I used to have court cases about my suspended license and non-insurance or whatever, and I had to spend money on that, and I wanted to take care of that before I moved to California because I knew I didn't want that stuff to haunt me when I go to California. Now, when I was in St. Louis as well, I took the liberty to look up stuff like food stamps, and I was like, let me get food stamps because that's another way I could save money and keep money in my pocket. Another thing is, if I lost a job too back when I was in St. Louis, and I was like, oh man, I might as well try to get unemployment because somebody told me about unemployment. I got money for that too, so I was making money and just saving money at the same time. Use your resources and actually cut on the stuff that you don't need. Meaning if you're smoking, drinking, shopping, anything like that, don't spend money that you don't have to spend money on. If you feel like you need to spend money on it, then you really don't, honestly. And so that's how I saved up a lot of money to just take care of all my court cases and all the stuff that was I had at home to get myself here to California. Now another thing is, I only had $1,500 when I came to California, but my friend knew somebody in Laguna Beach, California that was that needed a roommate just for $1,000. So I'm like, dumb deal. May 17, 2018, I said I'm going my way to California. And then I literally worked 2-3 jobs in Laguna Beach, California to get myself to Los Angeles, California, which is an hour away from Laguna Beach. Now, the whole time I did work at Laguna Beach, California, I did still have food stamps. I did still was receiving unemployment because I did lose a job because of Johnny Rockets, which was one of my server positions at Laguna Beach. It closed down. So when I moved to Los Angeles, California, I was still receiving food stamps and unemployment because I wasn't making that much money at food stamps. And when you lose a job, even if you got laid off or you got terminated, you could apply for unemployment benefits, and they was giving me that as well. So this all helped me out when I came here to Los Angeles, California. And the most thing that helped me out the most was me cutting out on a lot of stuff that I didn't need to spend money on, which was spending money on stuff I like to eat, which was more expensive on spending stuff I could just eat, and just survive. And I spent money on haircuts. I used to spend money on haircuts and stuff, but then I learned how to cut my hair. That was another thing I stopped spending money on. So that means you could. I don't smoke or drink, so that was another reason I don't spend money on that. So it was a lot of things that I just didn't spend money on because I learned how to self-discipline and just self-control and use my resources to not spend money on. So the only thing I was spending money on was kind of transportation, and the transportation wasn't expensive because I didn't have a car. Because even if I had a car, I was spending maintenance, gas, insurance, whatever the case may be. I would spend a lot of money on that stuff, and I wouldn't spend money on Ubers and Lyfts because I would just use public transportation, which was the bus or the metro, the train. And this was another way I was saving money as well. So you can save money. Just make sure you use all your resources. You don't spend money unless you need it, and you take care of your business. Even if it takes a while for you to take care of your business to get you to, you know, wherever place you're trying to go to, if it's Texas, New York, California, wherever you're trying to go to, make sure you take care of your business, use your resources, and spend money on the stuff you need and not the stuff you want. Now, I appreciate a lot of people telling me, oh man, how you didn't do this, or how you didn't do that, or how you didn't get into this. And I was like, I just literally save money. The only thing I'm thinking about right now is saving money. And sometimes you have to invest in yourself to get to a point where you can get more money. And I totally understand that. But save your money. If you don't need something, then you just don't need it. Don't get it. And you have to teach yourself to don't get that stuff. And a lot of stuff I was just like, I didn't want to spend money on haircuts, so I just started cutting my own hair, learning how to cut my own hair, bought my own clippers, start cutting my own hair. That was money I saved. Think about saving the money. Think of the stuff you spend on and how you can save your money. And I promise you, you will save so much money. You won't have to be spending so much money. And then you can find cheap places in LA. It just will be very hard, and you just will have to deal with some situations. When I first came to LA, I was living in terrible situations. I was living in South LA, North LA. I was living in Hollywood, North Hollywood, and then now I live in West Hollywood right now. But it took a long time for me to get to where I was at, but I made it, and I'm saving money right now. And it's good that I'm saving money because I want to put my money into something that I know that would make me more money. And so if you're trying to get to a different state, I would say don't think of how much you need to save for the spot. I would say think of how much you need to save for just in case situations. And that means you need to think of, if you're thinking of, oh, I need to save $5,000 to $10,000, I would say you save $15,000 just to be sure. And that means I would save just because of whatever. You can send money to your family if they need help in their hometown or whatever, for whatever reasons. And you want to make sure that whatever situation, if you had debt or anything, you know, you owe money to whatever, you want to make sure that stuff is taken care of. Or if you can take care of it while you're in a whole different state trying to work on your dreams and goals, or you just trying to expand on your life, just so you don't have to be in terrible situations that like I was in when I was in St. Louis. But make sure that you take care of your business, even if it takes you a year, 2 years, or whatever the case may be. Make sure you take care of your business, use your resources, and also self-discipline, self-control. Make sure you are true to yourself to accomplishing your goals, your dreams, and whatever else you're trying to do in your life. Make sure you have to do it, and not doing it for somebody else, and you want to better your life for you. So I'm just gonna end it right there, you guys. I appreciate you guys watching my videos, but I want you to live, laugh, learn, listen, and guess what? Love. Peace, everybody. Don't do it to them. Thizzle.